All right, so OpenAI, right. The folks behind those GPT models we can't stop talking about, well, they've gone ahead and shaken things up again.
Yeah, they really have.
Big time. They ditched the whole numbering thing, GPT-4 and all that, and they've launched something called OpenAI Zero One. Just like that.
It's a huge shift. Like they've totally changed their approach. Instead of just trying to make AI faster and faster,
Which, let's be honest, was getting kind of scary.
they're now focusing on how strategically the AI thinks. It's like they've shifted gears from, I don't know, a race car to a chess game.
Okay, I like that analogy. So less about raw speed, more about strategy, more about thinking like a grandmaster. But what's the thought process behind that? Why the change?
Well, they're aiming for something closer to how we solve problems,
Hmm.
humans.
Instead of just number crunching machines.
Exactly. And they've got this example, the strawberry example, which is kind of interesting. Remember how those older GPT versions would trip up when you asked them to count the R's in strawberry?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. It was kind of funny, actually.
Right. But OpenAI Zo 1, it actually breaks the problem down step by step.
It thinks it through.
Yeah, using a method called chain of thought prompting. It's like, imagine giving the AI a set of instructions instead of just one command. That's basically what's happening here.
So it's not just reacting, it's actually thinking about the problem.
Right. And here's the kicker. It takes its time to do it.
Like, actually takes a while.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. That's like an eternity in internet time.
I know, right? But those 30 seconds, they represent a massive leap forward. Because it's not just about getting strawberry right. This new approach, it lets OpenAI O1 excel in stuff that needs some serious brain power. We're talking advanced mathematics, like PhD-level science questions, even competitive programming challenges.
Wow. Okay, now that's seriously impressive. It sounds like this could be a game changer. I mean, for how people actually work.
Absolutely. Imagine having an AI that can help you code your next app or analyze your finances or even design experiments. That's the kind of potential we're talking about here.
So it's not just about making AI smarter for the sake of it. It's about making AI that can actually help people in the real world.
Exactly. And while they do have a faster, cheaper version, like an OpenAI Zo 1 Mini,
Yeah.
for those who want to really push the limits, this current version, this is where the real power is. It's like having a whole team of experts at your disposal, ready to tackle any challenge you throw at them.
So OpenAI is pushing the boundaries there, but what about the tech we use every single day? What about our phones?
Yeah.
Apple just had this whole iPhone 16 event, right? And, lots of fanfare as always, but their AI announcements felt kind of, I don't know, underwhelming, like they're playing catch up.
Yeah, I think that's fair. A lot of what they talked about at the iPhone event, they actually already announced earlier this year at WWDC.
Right.
So it seems like their strategy is less about like, look at us, we're doing crazy new AI stuff, and more about, okay, how do we take this existing AI tech and really smoothly integrate it into like the whole Apple world?
Which makes sense for them. I mean, they're all about that user experience. What
Absolutely.
would they focus on with the iPhone then?
Well, one of the things they highlighted was some AI-powered features for products they already have. So like the Apple Watch, for example. It's going to have on-device AI translation soon.
Wait, hold on. So no more like whipping out my phone, trying to use Google Translate when I'm on a trip.
Exactly, yeah. Like imagine you're having a conversation with someone and you can just glance at your wrist and have real-time translation right there.
That'd be amazing. So much smoother than fumbling around.
Right.
It'd be like having a little interpreter, floating on my wrist. What about AirPods? They do anything cool with AI there?
Yeah, actually, so they're using AI to let you interact with Siri completely hands-free now. So you can like nod or shake your head.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's cool.
just small changes.
It's those little things, though, right? I feel like those are the things that really, once you have them, you're like, how did I live without this?
Totally, yeah.
But one thing that did strike me as a little odd for Apple was they said that not all these AI features are going to be ready right away. Like some of them you got to wait for.
Yeah, and I think that's what feels a little off-brand, right?
Right.
Because Apple is so good at that, like, it just works thing. And it sounds like with the iPhone 16, it's kind of a work in progress, to quote The Verge, I think. Like, some of the features won't even be turned on until later this year, and then others are coming sometime next year. So it's not quite the seamless rollout we're used to from them.
It's kind of ironic when you think about it. Like, Apple has this whole reputation for being so polished, so intuitive, but their AI stuff feels a little, I don't know, all over the place.
Yeah, it really highlights how different their philosophy is compared to a company like OpenAI. OpenAI's like, we're pushing the boundaries, whatever it takes, and Apple's more like, okay, we're going to integrate this carefully and smoothly with everything else, even if it takes a little longer.
It's wild, right? Seeing these different companies take such different approaches to AI. And it's not just them, it's not just OpenAI and Apple making waves. We wanted to touch on a few other things happening in the AI world because, you know, the goal here is to keep you, our awesome learner listeners, totally up to speed.
Absolutely. There's a lot to be excited about right now.
So much cool stuff.
Okay.
For example, Mistral, they're all about open source AI, and they just released this thing called Pixel 12b. Developers are going nuts for it.
Yeah, Pixel 12b is a big deal. It's all about image understanding.
Image understanding, so like what AI that can look at a photo and tell you what's going on?
That's part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
But imagine AI that can analyze images, understand the context, even generate captions or descriptions that are actually accurate.
Wow, okay, that's next level stuff. What does that even mean for for regular people? What are the implications there?
It's huge because it's open source, right?
Yeah.
So it means that smaller companies, individual developers, they can all start using this really advanced AI tech. We can see a ton of creativity,
Yeah.
new apps, new tools, things we haven't even thought of yet.
I like it. Speaking of cool new tools, did you see what Google's doing with Notebook LM? It's like having like a super smart research assistant in your pocket.
It's pretty amazing. You can basically have a conversation with your notes.
Seriously?
Yeah, like feed it a research paper, a document, whatever, and it can summarize it for you, answer your questions about it. It's a game changer for anyone who has to deal with a ton of information on a daily basis.
And get this, they added this feature where you can take those notes and turn them into, get this, a podcast episode.
It's wild. I mean, think about it. That's basically AI creating content now.
Whoa. Okay, last but not least, we got to talk about gaming. Roblox and Seaver are both going all in on AI for game development. AI building entire worlds.
It's going to be interesting to see where this goes. AI that can design levels, create characters, even write storylines.
It's mind-blowing, but also kind of scary, right? Like, what happens to human creativity if AI can do it all?
That's a big question, isn't it? As AI gets
Yeah.
more and more advanced, we have to start thinking about what role we want it to play in our lives.
That's a good point to end on, I think. From OpenAI's strategic thinking to Apple's integrations, and then all this open source stuff like Pixel 12b, things are moving fast.
Faster than ever.
It's a really exciting time to be following AI. So much potential for good, but yeah, some big questions to answer too. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, everybody. It's been fun. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and we'll see you out there in the AI-powered world.